Hello everyone. I am recording this video for students of Engineering Foundations 2. So we are practicing with assemblies and as you all can see on my screen, I have Onshape open and let's see, we're going to have four different parts. So I'm going to bring in the parts as I'm working on them. So even though this is part three, I'm going to do this one first and then I'll do this one second. And I guess this will be the third one. This is actually, I think this is part one or part two. And then let's see, this will be the last part that we're going to work on. So I am going to go ahead and get started as soon as I find my other files. I need to pull them onto my other screen. There we go. All right, so I'm going to get started with part four. I don't know what this is. Do I need it? I'm not sure. All right, so I have a new document open. And so what I'm going to attempt to do is put all of the parts in this one file. Um, if there are any deviations from my plan, then I will express that in one of the coming videos. So I'm going to do two or three, maybe four videos concerning this particular assembly. So for the first part that I said I was going to do, which is actually part three, parts three and four, I'm going to sketch on the top plane. So I don't need to see the front and the right planes. So I'm going to create a new sketch on the top plane, right click and view normal two. And here it says that I'm looking at the top view here. And it says that, let me pull this back over. If we look at our top view, the diameter is 12 millimeters. And we know that we're in millimeters because these numbers are kind of large. All right, so I'm going to sketch a diameter of 12 and then I'm going to extrude 100 millimeters and then I'm going to create a sketch on this face, which will probably be either the front plane or the right plane. It really doesn't matter at this point. So let's get that out of the way. And let's make a center point circle. And again, we're going to dimension that to 12 millimeters. And I am done with that. And now I'm going to extrude to 100. All right, so we see that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to extrude the other way because I actually want that to be the top. Okay, here we go. All right, so from here, I'm going to create a sketch on, I'm going to create the sketch on my front plane. All right click and view normal to. And here I want to use our convert tool. And I'm going to convert that because I need those two lines. And I believe this is coming down um, 10 millimeters from the top. And then also that hole is 5 millimeters. So let's go ahead and I'm going to, I know that this is the center because that's my origin right there. And I'm just going to sketch a circle and dimension that to 5 millimeters. And I also want this to come the center of that circle 10 millimeters from the top. Okay, so we are done with that. Now I'm going to take sketch 2 and I want to extrude it. So here I click on the face of sketch 2 and I want to do, let's see if that's 12. I should be able to remove, I'm going to remove through all. Let me see what happens if I merge with all. And where, okay, so it's only doing on one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a symmetric, and let's see if I do all 24. Actually, it should just be 12. And let's take a look at that from both sides. So it looks okay, I believe. Let's save it and let's just look at our different views. Yes, that hole goes all the way through. All right, so we are done with that part. So now I'm going to create another sketch on my top plane. Actually, I can hide. Let me see if I can hide that part. And then I'm going to create another sketch on my top plane. View normal 2. I'm going to hide my front plane as well. All right, and this we have another center circle. So let me bring that in so that you all can see that in this video. All right, so we have a center circle, or two center circles, diameters 24 and 12. This is our isometric view. And then in the center, we have another hole. So this is going to line up with the hole that we created on the other part. And all right, and so that's going to be halfway down as well. So since this is a 20 millimeter extrusion, that's how I knew the other part had its hole at 10 millimeters from the top. So let's go ahead and do that. So just sketch out 2 center point circles and then dimension those. Okay, extrude to 20. We're going to send that the other way because we want that to be our top. All right, and so again, we are going to create another sketch. And we're going to sketch it on, let's see if I can do that. Can I sketch it there? All right, well, let's sketch it on our front plane then. All right. Okay, so I'm going to grab my center circle, dimension that to 5 millimeters. and then 10 millimeters from the top. Let's go ahead and save that. And then we're going to do another extrusion. We want to extrude sketch 4. Let's do symmetric. And it's going to be 24 millimeters. Where's it gone? Oh, that's a remove. And then let's see what happens. I think that will work. All right, and so there we go. We have part 1 and we have part 2. So I'm going to hide part 2 and then I'm going to create another part. And this time I'm going to create the part on our front plane. So from our front plane, let's do a new sketch. And I'm going to do this one. And then after this sketch, actually, you know what? I'm going to save this sketch for another video. All right, so that's it for parts 1 and 2. And then I'll follow this up with my next 2 sketches and then the assembly.